Shalom, giving all praise going honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Marukakwadash, the one still apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace, love, and blessings also to you brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make a call and election sure. And also blessings to the very few sisters out there listening, learning, and believing. I'm that fellow Abel Kanakla coming to you once again with another lesson. Lord's will to the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Shai's lessons edifying and exhorting. Okay. And real fast, let me call on do not disturb so the calls won't come through. Hopefully that works. But I just wanted to get a lesson out real fast. You know, it will be business as usual. The day of the Lord will be business as usual, which that is supported by scripture. You know, what you have to understand is that the chaos that's about to erupt that will define Jacob's trouble, okay, it's all controlled. You know, it's controlled chaos. You know, this is being done purposely. This is premeditated. Okay, the collapse of the system. Once you collapse the money system, you know, by an event, may there be an event that takes place, the lights go out, or, you know, they let loose a NUKE somewhere in multiple places, okay, is basically going to destroy, the whole point is to destroy the current money system, okay, because they have an agenda, and that is to completely go digital and issue out the MOTB, the Charagma. You read about that. MOTB is an acronym. You read about that in Revelation 13th chapter in the 16th verse. So, you know, this is all controlled. Okay? The destruction of this system is controlled. So, with the chaos, there is going to come order. Okay? And that order will be this new monetary system. That's why the scriptures say that no man might buy or sell, say that he have that, M-A-R-K. So it's going to be business as usual because the chaos is going to come. Then they're going to issue out the order. So let's get to the scriptures. This is St. Matthew's 24, verse 37. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." And I'm going to jump from the KJV to the NLT, verse 38. "In those days before the flood, the people were enjoying banquets and parties and weddings right up to the time Noah entered his boat." And that's the first death. So the second death, all right, is coming. So likewise, it's the first thing. So you know, this is Yahweh Shai speaking because he didn't know when it's going to happen. So for us to go out there and prophesy and say, you know, this is the end, you got a lot of scoffers out there say, you know, y'all don't know, you know, when is the end. Well, Yahweh Shai, he told us, okay? He told us, man. He gave us the signs. When you read the same chapter, when you read up the first 10 verses, he gave you a description of what will be happening. So we do know. Okay, we don't know the exact hour as he's going to go into, but we know when he's coming. All right, because I grew up saying, you hearing a lot of people say, oh, that nobody knows when the Lord's coming. True indeed. But the Lord himself told his disciples, all right, told his disciples, which in the spirit, those men are back here today. He told them when those things shall be. All right, so it's only right, you know, those men are justified in saying that we are at the end, starting from our apostles on down. Okay, so I'm going to read verse 38 again. It says, "In those days before the flood, the people were enjoying banquets and parties and weddings right up to the time Noah entered entered his boat. People didn't realize what was going to happen until the flood came and swept them all away. So you're going to have people buying and selling, all right, going on with their day-to-day lives because the order is going to be established. The NWO is going to be established. The government is still going to be intact. Okay? Once again, this chaos, this destruction of this system is controlled. All right, it's a controlled demolition, if you will. It says people didn't realize what was going to happen until the flood came and swept them all away. That is the way it will be when the Son of Man comes. Okay? 2 men will be working together in the field. One will be taken, the other left. All right. It says 2 women will be grinding flour at the mill. One will be taken, the other left. All right. So certain people are going to be saved. Certain people are not. All right. And we know by the means of the salvation is going to be by what they call UFOs. It says, so you too must keep watch, for you don't know what day your Lord is coming. So we don't know what day it is, but all right, we know that we're in that time. So from there, I'm going to go to Malachi. All right, because just, don't let Esau fool you. Okay, Esau is going to continue. You're going to, cause I remember when I first came into the truth, and then your mind, the flesh, Satan like to play on your mind. The world's not ending. It's not going to end. If the world was going to end, why Esau still building these buildings and still putting stuff up like the world going to end? That's the carnal mind. And I had an individual tell me that, scoffing. You waiting on the world to end, but shit, they still building all these buildings. They still coming out with movies. You gotta understand. It'll be business as usual. It's Malachi 1 verse 1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. When you read Matthew's, it's like 2 Ezra 6 and 9, it says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau, Edom, going by the name of Europeans today, going under that identity, or you know them as white people. This is who they identify in the Bible. Esau, the Edomites. Okay, and Jacob is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are scattered among the other nations, which are scattered among so-called white people, Edomites, that look like Edomites as well. All right, Israel looks like all nations. It says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage to waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So, by default, that's why Esau, the so-called white man, he cleaves to all these other nations. All right, because he has no heritage. He has none. The Lord didn't give him a heritage. His heritage is wickedness, man. Evil. If you want to define his heritage, robbery, thief, murder, that's this is wicked. Malachi 1 verse 4, it says, whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Okay? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. So just because Esau's still building his buildings and still doing construction and, all the above, the Lord gonna melt all that shit, man. He's gonna melt it. He's gonna, that besom of destruction, that destroying wind. We read about that in Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51. The destroying wind is gonna blow all that shit down, man. Okay? It's gonna sweep it. So just because Esau's building, don't let that fool you, man. He's gonna continue to build until the Lord completely destroys them by the way of those missiles and those chariots. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So it's just not against Edom. It says the people in whom the Lord has indignation forever. So according to the context, definitely once you leave the book of Genesis, right? When the scriptures speak about Edom, Esau, majority of the time after you leave Genesis, it's talking about the people. It's just not talking about the individual man Esau. It's talking about the people. Okay? Because from Esau, he had offspring. Just how Jacob received the blessing and it went through his seed. Well, Esau received the curse, and that curse is going to flow through his seed. That's just how the Most High works. All right? Definitely in this particular point here. Okay? So real fast, we'll hit this Job 14 and 5. All right. So Esau, it's telling you in Psalms, the inward thought that their houses shall continue forever, but it's not going to. Okay. So he gonna be being Esau all the way up to the point where he's destroyed, in the remnant of Esau, starting with his elites, are put into captivity. Okay. Because more than likely, I won't even say more than likely. If you on the shores of America and you do not get beamed up into a chariot, no matter what nation you are, you can be the chosen people of God, Edomites, whatever the case may be. It's enough Edomites in Europe and all those other countries. Edomites are spread all over the place too. It's a bunch of you in South Africa. A bunch of you in Europe, a bunch of you in South Africa, a lot of you in South America. You're everywhere. So no matter what nation you are, if you're on the shores of America, you are going to be destroyed if you're not beamed up in those ships. Okay? If you're not saved by the way of those UFOs, so-called UFOs, you are not going to make it. All right? Job 14 and 5, seeing his days are determined. So his days already been determined. What day? All right? What specific day? We don't know. Okay? But it's already been determined. The Father knows. It says the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So when Yahushua said, no man knoweth the day nor the hour, indicating there is a day and an hour that is going to happen. And Esau cannot pass that point. Okay? Regardless of whatever he's doing, him continuing forth with his agenda, he's still going to be destroyed. He's going to be, the scripture say, while he is eating, he shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while he's going with his day-to-day, basically declaring his NWO and living his life, and even the rest of the people, the Lord gonna come right in the midst as a thief. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom to elect.